My girlfriend Emily and I booked a remote cabin for a weekend getaway deep in the woods of Vermont. The listing promised seclusion, a cozy fireplace, and endless trails to explore. It seemed like the perfect escape from city life. The nearest neighbor was miles away, and with no Wi-Fi or cell service, it was just us and nature. The first night, we lit a fire, cooked dinner, and played cards by candlelight. Everything was peaceful until we heard it, soft footsteps crunching in the gravel outside. At first, I thought it might be an animal, but then we heard it again, slower, more deliberate. I grabbed a flashlight and stepped onto the porch. The trees swayed in the wind, but the silence was deafening. My light scanned the yard, but nothing was there. Emily stayed inside, watching from the window. "Do you see anything?" she whispered. I shook my head and stepped back inside, locking the door behind me. We tried to brush it off, but the feeling of being watched lingered. That night, we both struggled to sleep. Around 2 a.m., Emily shook me awake. "Listen," she murmured. There was a slow creaking sound coming from the hallway outside our bedroom door. My heart pounded as I reached for my phone. No service. The sound stopped. Then a single deliberate knock on the door. I held my breath, my mind racing. We hadn't seen another person since we arrived. I grabbed the fire poker from the fireplace and whispered, "Who's there?" Silence. Then the doorknob started to turn. Emily gasped, clutching my arm. I leaped up, pressing against the door to keep it shut. Whoever was on the other side didn't say a word, just kept twisting the knob harder and harder. Then, just as suddenly as it started, it stopped. We sat there, frozen, until the first rays of sunlight streamed through the window. When we finally got the nerve to open the door, the hallway was empty, but the front door was wide open, swinging gently in the morning breeze. We packed our bags and left without looking back. Later, when we told the cabin owner what happened, his voice went quiet. "You're lucky," he finally said. "A couple stayed there last year and had the same experience. They never found out who it was."